Nagaland Chief Minister Neiphiu Rio on Monday said early solution to the Naga political issue has been the topmost priority of the People's Democratic Alliance government, and that Joint Legislators Forum on the Naga political issue was reconstituted on September 18, 2018 in this regard. The Chief Minister was replying on the motion of thanks to the Governor's address made on January 17 at the ongoing 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly in Kohima. The Governor's address was later adopted on the floor through voice vote. In his concluding remark in the discussion on the motion of thanks on Governor's address in the Assembly, Rio said, "It is clear that negotiations have concluded on a positive note. Negotiations have been going on for the last 22 years and talks have to be concluded so that an agreement can come about," he said. Only the talks have concluded on a positive note, which signifies that the negotiating parties have arrived at the meeting point on various topics of the negotiations, he clarified. Rio, while giving an update on the register of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland, said the customary laws of each tribe would be documented in order to make common customary laws. He also assured that once the report is ready, it would be discussed in the Assembly. Earlier leader of the opposition's T.R. while acknowledging that negotiations between the Government of India and the Naga political groups are at the verge of conclusion, had stated that to declare that the same has been successfully concluded is misleading. Ziliang questions what else is stopping them from inking the final chord, and warned if at all a ceasefire is abrogated with some groups, all of us will go back to square one. Meanwhile, coming out in defense of the Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton, State BJP President and Minister of HNTE and Tribal Affairs Tem Jem Long maintained that issue was a clear case of misinterpretation. Long said that Paton had clarified in a tweet that he did not mention anything about manipulating the NPSC. He said bringing an issue to the House over what has been circulated on social media was immature. Long further asked what was wrong if an MLA gave assurance to deliver justice to people if and when necessary.
What is so wrong in saying that? Justice is meted out. How do we interpret that justice is meted out by pressurizing the NPSC or pressurizing somebody to give his candidate, pass his candidate or so on? Never tried it, and I do not know how it is done also, but I do tell to my friends, if you do well, come, we will help each other, is the only notion. So I request the August Assembly and also request the Honorable Governor to reject such kind of letters written by anybody.
Meanwhile, Speaker of the House Chering Long Comer has summoned the Joint Legislative Forum meeting on February 12 at the Conference Hall of the State Assembly to deliberate on the Naga political issue. The JLF is inclusive of all the 16 Naga legislators and the 2 members of Parliament. The 6-day budget sessions of the Nagaland Legislative Assembly resume on 7th February after a gap of 20 days and will continue on February 8, 10, 13, 14 and 15. Bureau Report.